Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to today's show on INCRadio, United Kingdom. It is Sunday, the 13th of April, and the local time here in London town has just gone past 5 o'clock in the afternoon. My name is Chris Boado, and I am joined by Sherolad Boado. We are going to be your host for today, and we have a very special guest, Jose Socal Jr., also known as Joe Boy. How are you doing, brother Joe Boy?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Good afternoon, Chris and Cheryl. I'm Jose Socal Jr., and my nickname is Joe Boy, and I'm from the local congregation of Norwich in the district of Britain South, and I'm the head deacon as well as CWS teacher there. And in the district, I'm the book club district president. Nice to see and meet both of you here.
Thank you so much for being with us, Joe Boy. And I'm really sorry because Chris called you Jose Socal. I think
that's okay. I always
on my defense, for all of those who are joining us on today's show, we've known each other for a long time, and this is the first time where we've actually found out his official real name, as to opposed to his nickname, which we've been calling him for decades.
Yes, it's been district officers, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, on my phone, I have you just as Joe Boy. I don't even know your surname.
So it's not Jose, it's Jose, right?
It's Jose.
Yeah, because I'm taking the Spanish pronunciation.
Yeah, but I'm saying it from South London, man. So
yeah, that's the Portuguese pronunciation, like Jose Mourinho.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's a few famous Jose's.
But those who don't know who Jose Mourinho is, he's a famous football manager. He used to manage Chelsea. So
it's quite infamous and quite controversial.
Yeah,
that's the only kind of Jose I know, really.
Yeah,
but he's not he's not the Jose that we know.
He's not the Joe Boy that we know.
Not the Joe Boy.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm not as popular as him.
Oh no, you're even more popular
and even more blessed. That's the most important thing.
Can I ask,
yes.
What's Joe Boy?
Joe Boy, because I'm the eldest in the family, the firstborn. My father is also Jose, and I'm Jose Jr. His nickname is Joe. That's why it's Joe's Boy. And then I just had it as Joe Boy. So that's the origin of my nickname.
That's actually very cute because it makes sense. Joe Boy.
Joe's Boy. Yeah, being his eldest and his junior. Because, in the Philippines, when we used to be named after our father, especially the firstborns. So my name was Jose. My eldest is Jose Gabriel, but he doesn't want to be called Jose. He prefers to be called Gabriel.
So is his nickname Joe Boy?
No.
Joe Boy Jr.
No, initially I thought of naming him as Jose III, and I'm thinking of giving him a nickname of Tres, but then my wife was not in favor of it, so in the end, we agreed to Jose Gabriel, and he prefers to be called Gabriel, and he's got his nickname as Briel for short.
Well, it's interesting where when it comes to Philippine culture that we do give everybody nicknames.
Yeah, we always give two first names as well, which here we call the second name as middle name, isn't it? But in the Philippines, they're all part of the first names.
Yeah. Well, Chris, do you have a nickname? I don't actually know this as your wife.
Yeah, I do, but it's not appropriate for answer.
Because yourself then.
Yeah, I think I've never really had. I've had English nicknames because obviously we grew up here, but I do have cousins in the Philippines who knew me, when I was little. And my first name is actually Sherolad, for those who don't know. So my school friends here in England, they don't know me as Cheryl. or shares, they know me as Cheryl Ladd. So if I see them walking in the street or they see me, they all shout Cheryl Ladd. But in the Philippines, and my cousins, they told me that in fact my nickname, because of my name is Cheryl Ladd, my nickname is Elad, which it's so bizarre to me. But when they tell me the story and when I hear it, actually, they only know me as that, Elad. So it's funny to have all these nicknames that might sound like your name, or some of these nicknames have completely no correlations with people's names. Well, now we know the story of Joe Boy.
There you go.
Yeah,
Good story, right?
That's the district.
Oh,
Exactly. All right, just as a reminder for everybody who is joining us on today's show, once again, thank you so much for taking a time out and to join us on INCRadio United Kingdom. Do let us know specifically where you are watching this program from. Type in the comment section below on the YouTube. Let us know the locale. Obviously, put your name down as well. It's very, very important that you put your name. We've had comments before, and we don't know who's actually commenting because we don't know the name. They've got nicknames. They've got nicknames, right? You see? So it's always nice when we have a look at the comments and we're able to see just how far this channel is able to reach. So do let us know. And then later on in the show, we'll be able to have a look at all of the different comments, and then we'll be able to shout you out. So get commenting, right? Get commenting. All right, so let's have a look now of the recent activities that's been happening here in Great Britain South. Recently, the local congregation of Heathrow conducted a basic life support seminar. And I do believe that there's going to be a video just to showcase that. But it's always nice. I know that in my job role, I need to be updated with the basic life support. And there you go. You can see some of the members over there in attendance. Do believe that's a baby that's being used, not a real one, obviously.
so what do we think? Is basic life support really it is what it means, right? So life support, so how to we like with that baby that you can see there, is it if a baby's choking, how we can maybe, is it called resuscitation? No, you can tell that I need to do my basic life support.
Yeah, I believe so. It's part of life support, isn't it? Giving resuscitation, giving first aid, I believe as well.
All right. So if somebody, God forbid that, say someone's choking in front of you, I think you're supposed to, let's see if we can get this right. We clear the area, is that right?
Yeah.
And then we listen to the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat, yeah.
And pulse.
Temperature.
Temperature. Is that true?
Yeah, it's if he's or she's feeling very, very cold, that means that there are something wrong really in terms of him or her being shocked, probably.
Okay.
There you go.
Right. Well, that means really you don't have to work in a medical field to really know the basic life support, because we all need this knowledge, don't we not? Because you could be at home, and if your child chokes into a piece of fruit, or if we ourselves choke into a piece of fruit, I've got to be able to know how to do the Heimlich maneuver. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You know, how to like unchoke you. Is that right?
She's beating.
I can do this. I can hit Brother Chris
she's
here.
beating me live on radio.
Yeah.
Right?
Just in case you can't see, I guess if he's choking, let's say Brother Chris is choking, pretend to choke. And I think we're supposed to grab onto him here, right?
Yeah, just above the tummy, I believe.
And then wrench.
Right, and then kind of breathe
Yeah,
in.
and try to
Yeah.
push
And I
it
think
out.
there's also that if somebody ever is not breathing or their pulse has stopped, I think you know, the pressure and the speed.
CPR.
Yes, and is that, I think it's the song on my, you know, the staying alive.
No, you're mocking it.
No,
I think Cheryl's mocking it. She's
I promise you.
well, this is where you need to comment down below and to justify whether or not Cheryl is actually telling the truth or making this up.
I promise you, in the UK, there was an advert.
What, of staying alive?
Staying alive.
There was an advert in the television, and how they want you to remember how the pressure, like how fast or how slow you should be compressing someone's chest is the song "Staying Alive."
Oh, okay.
I think that's right.
All right, I need clarification on this because
I know
this sounds like a joke.
No, in the UK, I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna.
Well, let's see. Let's ask the viewers and the listeners. This is their opportunity to actually correct me if I'm wrong, right? And then I'll learn something new, and then I'm gonna try it on Sister Cheryl.
Oh, actually, I'm getting messages. It is that speed, but we don't have to sing it, obviously, during a serious time. But just in case you don't know that song, you can definitely Google it or YouTube it, and it's called "Staying Alive." And if ever again, hopefully this don't ever happen to any of us, that we would have to give somebody CPR, the speed is that song.
Okay.
But let's not make the whole situation comical by singing it. Maybe you can if you have a good singing voice, but sadly I do not, as we just heard, because I sang it. But how you sound doesn't matter, everyone. Is the speed.
All right.
Okay.
There's basic life support from Cheryl Bowado. Anyway, moving on. I think Joe Boy is going to give us more of an insight because the local congregation of Norwich, they recently conducted a golfing activity. Is that right, brother Jose? Yeah.
That was actually spearheaded by our Kadiwa and Binhi brethren. Although there were a few.
It's like mini golf. Look, it's mini golf.
Yeah, there were a few bookload members who joined as well. But
is
it's
it mini golf or crazy golf?
It's an indoor mini golf that they went to in one of the malls here in Norwich. So it's a miniature golf. There are lots of obstacles for you to putt the ball in the hole. So it's really nice. And they had fun throughout the afternoon playing friendly games among one another.
Was it just the Kadiwa?
Kadiwa and Binhi.
No bookload
I
allowed.
think there were a few bookload members as well who joined, but
Did
they
you
were
take part?
by the young ones.
Did you take part? Did you play?
No, my boys played. My eldest and my second son played there, but they had fun stories when they got home. They really enjoyed the event, bonding with the other youngsters in our locale.
Yeah, it is nice. I do like miniature golf. It's a nice real get together. I remember playing it with my son, and it was quite entertaining as well because my mum was there, grandma was there, and she actually beat us all, which was quite frustrating. But it was nice because it was entertaining for us all. And as you said, the bonding aspect when it comes down to taking part, that's the biggest factor because you make memories and you have the experience all together, which is always nice.
Yeah, they also had a friendly competition amongst one another. Whoever can hit the putt the fewest strokes. So yeah, they had really fun the whole afternoon with one another, and they ate out afterwards.
Of course, there's no activities complete if it's not ending with the food.
Yeah, I think they had bubble tea. They really like bubble tea. All of our members, that's their favorite drink.
I think that's the generation that we live in now. Only today, Mia was saying, there's a bubble tea shop open. Let's get that. So I don't know what the craze is about. I have had a few, and it's delicious. But again, it must be a young person's thing.
Yeah.
Have you done crazy golf with me? I don't think we've done that. I don't
No,
think we've ever done that.
I don't want to get beaten by the golf club. Yeah.
I think with golf, miniature golf or crazy golf, it's about angles. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Angles, and you have to
More
understand the obstacles, right? Have a look at what's in front of you. You get some courses that are really interesting when it comes down to the obstacles that are presented.
Is it like it has to ricochet off something else?
Yeah,
It's never
the
just-
ball goes through tunnels. There's waterfalls, right? There's ramps that you have to actually calculate, and yeah, like what Joe Boy was saying, you have to finish the hole in the least amount of strokes possible. But
Yeah.
because of the obstacles, that's what makes it challenging. So, but it's fun.
I guess the good thing is that it's not as tiring as normal golf because you don't have to do walking. With golf, you have to walk.
Yeah,
you've got your
but
buggy.
that's what's nice. That's what's nice.
That's part of the exercise.
Yeah,
So for those who
golf isn't strenuous at all, you know.
you have to carry your golf clubs.
Yeah, but she's talking about driving a buggy.
You have to. And what if you just can't get it in like a few strokes? You have to keep going.
Yeah,
It
but
can go
that's
on forever.
the golf courses generally in England, and I'd say around the world, they're pretty nice. So that's the fun part. You get to check out the scenery, get your 10,000 steps, which you should be doing on a daily basis, and it's nice to be outside using your legs.
Okay, but when it's not raining, or when it is raining, I guess here in the UK, which is often, then we can do miniature golf or crazy golf. So that was a really fun activity, actually, because you can do it rain or shine because it's indoors.
Yeah, you
anyway.
said that it was in the shopping center.
It's in one of the malls here in Norwich at Castle Quarter. So
Awesome.
they've also got arcade games, video games in the venue. So
Crazy golf is better than arcade games. I think our kids nowadays are too addicted to screens and buttons. So
yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, so no, actually, that's an excellent idea because it's different from cinema or bowling or
arcade games.
Yeah, so actually, that's miniature golf is a really good, interesting to do. We might suggest that.
I think we're going to follow.
Okay.
Are you going to propose that to be part of the Unity Games in the future then?
I think that could be a good suggestion.
Yeah, we're gonna let you do the request for that, Joe Boy.
We'll plan for it for the book launch.
Yeah, I think that would be a good mature activity for us to get involved with, and you know, the ladies can walk with us and play at the same time.
Yeah, we'll do the proper golf as a starter for us in Buklod.
Yeah. Okay, so what's been happening in Wotton? Am I saying it right? Wotton inauguration recently happened. Is that right, Joe Boy?
Yes, the new group worship service of Wotton held their inauguration or inaugural worship service a few weeks back. So we have got a number of brethren who recently moved to Wotton, and they were traveling almost 1 hour to attend worship service in Norwich. So we have requested for them to have their own group worship service in Wotton, and with the will of God, they were approved. It was a very momentous and blessed occasion. There were district ministers who came to officiate the worship service, especially led by our district minister, Brother Hardy Alcantara. But the other district staff were there, Brother Mark Fell Sereno, Brother Jacob Marquez, as well as Brother Tommy Davis. So it was a very blessed day or evening, shall I say, for the brethren in Wotton. So they hold their regular midweek worship services now at the same venue where they had their inaugural worship service at Thompson Community Hall, which is just in the southern or northern part of Norwich. It's a 45-minute drive, around 20 miles, I think, from Norwich City Center. So they hold their midweek worship services every Wednesday at 7:30, and they connect to us via video conferencing in our place of worship in Norwich. But on Sundays for their weekend worship service, they still travel to our venue in Flertenham Village Hall, just outside Norwich, to join us in that weekend worship service. And it's held at 10 o'clock in the morning, followed by the children's worship service at 12:15 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's amazing. It's nice that in this part of the world, especially in our district, that the church is growing, and it makes it a lot easier for the brethren to get to a worship service as close to where they live. So a worship service is never far from where we are. Brother Joe Boy, I'm sorry, I keep saying brother. Sorry, Joe Boy. Joe Boy, tell us, because of your duty in the district, what are the activities that's coming up?
Oh, yes. Well, we have the CWS, or Children's Worship Service, Tagisan ng Talino cluster level.
For people like
April.
myself and Brother Chris, can you just tell us what Tagisang ng Talino means?
Well,
It's Tagisan ng Talino. Did I say it right?
It's a competition of intelligence. So it's like a Bible quiz, because all of the questions are taken from lessons that were taught in children's worship service in the past. So children are given what lessons to revise and study, and then all of the questions will be taken from those lessons in children's worship service. So across the district, all throughout the month of April, various local congregations held their own Tagisan ng Talino in their local. And those who have won will be representing their locals when we do our CWS Tagisan ng Talino cluster level on the 18th of April. So each cluster across our district will be holding their cluster level competition simultaneously.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's nice that the children's worship service will have an activity based on what they learn, the teachings that they hear and their worship services. And any up and coming ones, I think there's another one, isn't it, Joe Boy, with regards to the CFO, is it activity?
Yeah, that's a CFO get together, and that's being led by the Bookload organization. It will be held on a bank holiday on the 21st of April, which is a Monday. So again, this is not all district in one place, but it has been divided into different venues around the district by cluster. So,
okay, so for those of us who don't know, so our district, which is Britain South, it's divided into, is it 5 clusters?
5 clusters, yes, 5 clusters.
So I know that our cluster in particular, where it's the Battersea, which is the mother locale here in the UK, is going to be held in Battersea Park.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and where will yours be? Do you know?
Ours is still waiting for confirmation, but it will be somewhere in Stevenage. We have 2 venues that we're just waiting confirmation for, because we have to change our venue, because the last one that we have been confirmed for is too small for us, because we are expecting many brethren, many families to join in that like group picnic.
Right.
And
if you're the brethren in any of the clusters, so make sure that you join this activity. Find out from your local congregation the exact address and venue of your nearest CFO. What are we calling it? Sorry, get together. So
CFO get together, yes. Yeah.
yes, so if you are, depending on the cluster that you belong to, make sure that you ask your local congregation, the leadership there, where it will be held. So make sure don't miss out on these activities, because we don't get to see each other that often. And hopefully, and I think, Joe Boy, there's another activity where we'll get a chance to all see each other. I think it's the CWS Talent Showcase.
Oh yes, that's going to be the final competition. This we already held the cluster level. So that will be held on the 25th of May. So we still have time to practice and prepare for the winners from our different clusters, but it's going to be fun.
That's
It's
really nice. Yeah, it's exciting.
Talents by
Talent, yes. So it's not just singing. I think, like you said, that because of the cluster levels have already been completed, so we're now in the finals. I know that I believe Notting Hill won their cluster, and I know that Battersea won their cluster. So it would be nice for the parents to support the CWS, so the Children's Worship Service, in this. And hopefully that the parents, the Buklod, will have our own activities soon. So stay tuned for the shows to come, the weeks to come, where we will announce the activities for the married couples or those with children. Yeah. So, Joe Boy, as we reach this part of our show, we want to thank you so much for being with us. Hopefully, this is going to be more a regular feature, is where we'll have Joe Boy. Now I can't stop saying it that way.
Well, thank you for having me here in the show, because it's been ages ago since I last graced the INC radio program. I've always been an avid viewer of Chris. It's always
like I'm a fan of you, but Kajo, Jose.
Jose. Do you have any shout outs?
Oh yes, please. I'd like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to our resident worker, Brother John Belson Lozano and his family. I'd also like to give a shout out to all of our brethren in the local of Norwich. I've really forced them, encouraged them to watch the show this afternoon, because you are featuring our different activities. But thank you for having me here.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you very, very soon, bro. And yeah, thanks for joining us on today's show. You look after yourself, and yeah, don't be come back next week. Come back next week.
I'll try. I'll try when you invite me again. Well, I'll recommend our other district officers to join the program.
There you go. On rotation. On rotation.
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay. Right now, I do think that we are ready for a station break. So stay with us, and we will be right back. See you shortly.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Join us and witness young members of the Church of Christ express their faith through their musical talents. Tune in to INCRadio Italy North Satellite Studio this Sunday, April 13 at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. And that's Monday, April 14 at 1 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Post your greetings in the live chat. Subscribe to INCRadio DZEM 954 YouTube channel.
Hi! Ako po ang inyong Ate Pearl at samahan nyo kami ngayong Lunes sa Like and Share. tuklasin ang magagandang tanawin at makasaysayang lugar sa Odyongan, Romblon. Perfect para sa tag-init, subukan ang banana con yelo with a twist na siguradong magugustuhan nyo. Gusto mo bang mag-unwind? Tara na at pasyalan ang Estrella Falls at marelax sa nakakapagpakalmang ambience nito. At sa episode na ito, ating mapapanood ang mga vlogs mula sa Mimaropa Satellite Studio. Kaya samahan nyo kami ngayong Lunes dito sa Like and Share. April 14, 2025, 2 o'clock p.m. Philippine Standard Time. Dito lamang yan sa INCRadio.
Hello and welcome back to INCRadio United Kingdom. We are broadcasting live from the United Kingdom, and Sister Cheryl has
Resuscitated you.
Staying alive.
For those who don't know, earlier on in the show, we reported the Basic Life Support Seminar activity, which was held in the local congregation of Heathrow, where we described really what basic life support is. And there was a question about the speed of the resuscitation. And it's a song that was quite well known here in the UK, which is copyright, so I won't sing it again. I know that the listeners and viewers are disappointed that I don't get to sing it again. But basically, we all need...
Careful.
I've overpounded his back. So
she was a bit overzealous.
With the...
I had to film it on camera.
Because we were pretending that, if he was choking, do we really know what to do if somebody's choking, if their airways are blocked? The Heimlich maneuver. And now he's claiming to be in pain.
There's no first aid here, you see, and I have to show I'm strong and everything, but she was hurting my back, and I had to confirm whether or not she was making this up. But upon the station break, I had a look at the comments, and I can't remember who it was specifically. Who's it?
Marilyn Bautista. She confirmed that Sister Cheryl, was indeed correct, that many years ago in the UK, they did an advert to bring awareness of the basic life support and the resuscitation speed, which is a song called Staying Alive. Again, I cannot grace you with singing it because I'm not allowed to.
Whichever medical professional suggested this and brought it to actual fruition,
it's good.
Good job.
Very good.
Good
well
job.
done. Because once you hear the song, you really get the speed. But like I also mentioned, maybe try not to sing it if ever you're in a position to do a CPR. You should, because maybe it might wake up the person.
Yeah, there you go. But either way, going back to what it was the local congregation of Heathrow who actually conducted that basic life support seminar. I highly recommend that everybody should actually attend, or maybe even just take part in that seminar, because you never know. And it's one of those life skills, God forbid you'll ever have to use. However, it's always good to know and to update and improve yourself and to learn something new every day. A bit like learning that was actually a real thing when it comes down to the cadence, the speed at which you should be conducting the CPR. But anyway, well done to Heathrow once again, and to Norwich
For the miniature golf.
for the miniature golfing, as well as the new group worship service in Watton, who were recently inaugurated. Said it right? A few weeks back. Praise be to God. As what Cheryl said earlier, church is continuously growing, and we're able to be part of the growth of that, as well as facilitate all the many different activities that are happening in the district.
Sorry, I'm quietly giggling because in the comments, I don't know if you're on there right now, but in the comment from Brother Aaron Medina, he said, imagine waking up to someone singing you Staying Alive. Yeah. So I mean, that's really funny.
That's good. It's good. That is good. Anyway, so moving on, we've got some more CFO activities, and it was the Romford congregation who had a career show recently, and this was conducted online. So I do believe that the career show was, I think it was for everybody. So
Yeah, so the local congregation of Romford, you should be able to see some footages of that shortly. I think this particular time, it was more of the younger generation who was sharing their various careers, maybe to inspire or help pathways to others. So it's may not be too difficult. Maybe we think that it's difficult to change career or how to choose career. But again, with seminars such as these, it should help us or open our minds that that trying something new is something that we can all do. So here, for example, you have a brother, and he's sharing his experience as a day in the life of being a model.
okay, right.
And here we are with some of our, again, younger brethren there. And it was done online, so which meant so they had various locations where they all grouped together and was able to, again, showcase various different options, career options, and different pathways. So not everybody is the same, or maybe it's different kind of routes for everybody. Again, just to open your mind to maybe different possibilities. Like this person here is a life of a creative computing student. So you see, again, this is the technology part of it, and the modern part aspect is where our children or this generation is really exposed to and what's needed. So it's very important to really keep up to date. For people as myself and Brother Chris, perhaps it's going to take a bit longer for us to be able to learn some of these new careers, but certainly for our children, again, they have different options now than perhaps what Chris and I had when we were choosing a path in our career.
I often talk about this as well, and especially because right now it is exam season here in the United Kingdom.
For those who are 16, maybe doing college, A-levels.
Yeah, we have a son, Josh, who's been very, very diligent, I have to say, very proud of Josh and his level of maturity and his understanding of the seriousness of his current position in his education. He's got his final exams. He's in year 11. So these are quite significant and important exams. And I always speak to the younger generation when it comes down to using the network that is in church, because Cheryl is in dentistry. She's very knowledgeable when it comes down to dentistry and the different avenues with regard to dentistry and career prospects. I'm in the health and fitness industry. And, you know, we're surrounded by many different types of professionals, medical professionals, business professionals, models, as you saw over there, computer scientists, and even just, you know, general trade from carpentry to mechanics, to decorating, building work, construction. I know that there's lawyers. Shout out to Sister Erica, who recently graduated with top honors, no? Yeah. So we're surrounded by a lot of professionals, and as I'd say the older generation now, just a reminder for those younger brethren who are at that stage where decisions need to be made, and if they're unsure about a career path, we're always here to give you advice and direct you if you want to ask. I think it was it last year or the year before where we had what was it in Wolverhampton? What day was that?
Live, INC
Live. So I remember conducting just like a health and fitness seminar, as well as a self-defense seminar. I gave a little background of myself, and what was nice was there was some university students who came up to me and they asked me about sports science, because that's what I studied in university, along with sports psychology and nutrition and everything else. And they wanted my perspective on my career and how I've been able to establish a career with that. So, and I know she's doing it at the same time. So she's now a personal trainer and she's coaching people. She's a personal coach, which is something similar to what I did. And, you know, I was able to be in that position because of my degree that I had in university with sports science and sports exercise and nutrition and psychology. And, you know, don't be afraid to ask. I think communication skills are very, very important, especially nowadays, especially post-pandemic. I mean, look, we're 5 years past the pandemic, and a lot of the time, what I've found as well as a coach is the younger generation generally aren't as confident when it comes down to communicating and asking. But just from your perspective, we're always here. If you need to ask, don't be afraid to ask.
It's great to have activities like this. So again, you might open yourself up to careers that you never thought of before. So keep holding these activities. So well done to our brethren there in Romford. The next activity that we have, which is a little bit different, it's from the CWS, and it is a perfume making workshop.
And they're from Portsmouth congregation.
Yeah, so here you can see our young CWS once again, and they are doing this workshop where you can make your own perfume. So I presume you have different scents that you can mix and match. I mean, I've never really known about this kind of activity, but I'm so pleased to see it because as you can see there from the children, it looks so like it's meticulous. They're working with something that's small, you know, it's delicate. It's you don't want to waste these scents. So again,
it's personal as well because everyone's got a different preference when it comes down to that sense of smell.
Yeah, and also not all scents will smell nice on you. I guess with our body, we emit different types of chemicals, types of sweat and smell. So not all perfumes will smell
nice.
Yes. I mean, for me, I have only ever used one because I've tried to use many. I wish I could use many, but I get dizzy when I try different perfumes. So it must be something in the ingredients.
Now, as well as I think it's skin.
Yes, so if it so you could be allergic to some of these scents. You
know? It
know?
has to match the skin type.
Yeah. So I guess with like this activity, again, I'd like to hold this activity, not just the CWS, but as a grown-up book club. I'd like an activity where I can play around with scents and see which one suits me.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've seen this kind of
so
activity
pleased.
done. So
I didn't really know it existed. So well done to our brethren there in Portsmouth, because now I'm going to suggest it for our locale and for all of our other listeners and viewers all over the world. If that's obviously something that you never knew about, like myself, then do it, because again, it's something that's beneficial for everybody. We don't really think about it, but when we do, you know, so all of a sudden I go, oh yeah, I've tried it for once and I get dizzy, and that's quite common. I hear that. But so well done to you, Portsmouth, and hopefully, if you don't mind, we in Battersea will be able to request to do an activity.
Yeah,
like
and when it comes down to just perfume, don't overdo it. Yeah,
you can do it. You can overdo it. Just don't listen to Chris. He himself does it.
What?
Perfume sometimes.
No.
Yes, because when you get into the car, Mia, our daughter, she gets a headache. She's like, "Oh, the car smells of the perfume. Why did you spray it close to me?"
That and the car smell. She doesn't like the car smell.
Yeah. So it's perfume. So I guess actually, as young children, they should be playing around with scents so that they can know really what's good for them.
Yeah.
Right. So what's our next activity? So we have Southampton, last but not least, is their bowling activity.
We do like bowling, don't we? We do like bowling. There you go. So there's some of the brethren from the local of Southampton.
Shout out to Brother Glenn Ching, our assistant district minister. There he is. So that's where he is based, South Coast. And you can see him there with the brethren. These shots, actually, for those who doesn't have visual aid, the pictures that was taken here by INC Media was so good. I mean, the angles of the lanes, the movements of these, there you go, see that movement there? I can never really
That looks like a good follow through.
yes, I can't really pivot with too sure footing without falling over.
Cheryl uses the ramp.
No, no.
As well as
As
the barriers. We
no,
have
actually, excuse me, no. Actually, I was very good at bowling.
To be fair, no, she was.
We have proof.
Yeah,
We have proof. I was very
she's good with the ramp. Yeah.
And then, but there was like a period of years where we haven't done it for such a long time. And last year, where we had a district Unity Games bowling edition, I played, and I kid you not, I shocked myself of how poorly I played. Like,
You weren't that bad. Come on.
no,
But in comparison, I think you're just talking about in comparison to how you were before. To be fair,
what happened?
we just didn't play a lot.
Yes, but I thought bowling is something that
No.
you can pick up quite quickly, no?
But every lane is different. Every ball is different.
Oh, that's it then. That's
see?
it.
You're
The
right.
ball.
The
that
ball,
day.
you're just playing the ball. That's it. That's why, I give you the ramp. I put up the barriers.
I promise you, I wasn't using the ramp. Wasn't that bad?
No.
But it was bad. Like, again, I mean.
No, you still got a good score. It's like
Yeah, but not as good as before, which is why I
you got
said
over 100, no?
No,
Oh,
I was so bad.
okay.
But I mean, Southampton, if you are going to have a bowling again, perhaps I should be invited because I really need the practice.
Mhm.
Or we should do this activity again. Or you need to take me on a date night on the bowling. Or maybe not a date.
Yeah, let's go.
No,
let's
no,
go.
no.
Let's go bowling.
Because if I'm not very good, then I might not be. I might not be happy. But no, so well done Southampton for the bowling. It's an activity again that everybody can do, no matter what age. It is usually very enjoyable. I find it enjoyable, even though I shock myself at how poorly I play.
No, it's always fun. It's
But
always
it
fun.
is fun because it's something that you don't have to take too seriously, because even very good people, bowlers, is that what they're called? Bowlers, even very good ones could have an off angle, they could have slipped, and maybe they got a gutter ball. So you don't have to be perfect each time, and that's the best thing about these activities, because nobody has to be professionals, and you can use it to get better if that's what you want.
Yeah, you fail, you get better. You see?
Yeah, and it's always, again, these are good fun, along with going to the cinema, watching movies, and along with the activity with the miniature golfing that Norwich did. So all of these activities are really here to encourage us and to, as brethren, to enjoy one another as families and as brethren in the church, and to mix things up. So we're not always working, we're not always studying. You have your family hour or your family days out, your bonding sessions, or for your husband and wife, you can have date nights with these activities. So you don't have to just sit down and do nothing. You can do something recreational.
There you go.
As well as learning how to do CPR on each other.
She loves it.
I need to do it. I really can't remember the last time I did it. So maybe it's time. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm glad that it was these activities that we were able to showcase today, because it hopefully it taught some of us. It taught you to sing that song, to do the CPR, which you didn't know about.
Taught me to not sit so close. Anyway, right now we are going to go into an original music video, hope in God's grace and people of God give him glory. So enjoy the video and we'll be right back. See you shortly.
Church of Christ and our faith. From the distant lands we promise to remain united. Yes, we are one. With the church administration in these last days. God's word He constantly is teaching. So we won't forsake our divine calling. We hear the truth, and with Him we'll never falter. We will uphold our faith.
Hello and welcome back to INCRadio United Kingdom. It is now coming up to 5 minutes to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And at this point now, we'd just like to give a couple of shout outs. Cheryl, do you have a couple of shout outs?
Yes, thank you, Chris. I just want to say hello to the local congregation of Battersea and everybody who joined in today, which is the congregation of Heathrow, Portsmouth, Southampton, everybody who participated in the chat. Thank you so much for always showing us your support and participating in the discussions. So shout out to the GWS of Salisbury and many, many more. So the Espiritus, the Celestinos, thank you so much again. And thank you for spending Sunday afternoon with us. So hopefully very shortly, you'll be able to have time with your family and enjoy your Sunday dinner.
Yeah, we had a shout out from Sister Maria de Young. She's watching all the way in South Central states of Texas.
Texas.
So thank you so
Wow,
much
thank
for
you.
tuning in on today's show. We've had brethren from Milan in Italy, and a lot of brethren, as always, from the United Kingdom. So thank you so much for joining us on today's show. Firstly, I'd like to shout out my son, Josh. Very proud of you. He's been locked in, as he calls it, revising diligently. I've been coming home from work late at night, only to see him hard at work on the laptop. And then he's been slugging it out, getting his head down. And obviously to Sister Mia as well, our daughter as well, who's been also putting the work in school. She's recently done very well in some different competitions from dodgeball and football in preparation for Barcelona, no?
Yeah, so the Unity Game is coming up on the 3rd and the 4th of May. So hopefully we'll be able to bring that activity to you, our listeners and viewers on INCRadio United Kingdom.
Yeah, looking forward to that and seeing the rest of the brethren from the 10 different districts of Europe who are going to be joining in on this monumentous European Unity Game. So look forward to seeing some new faces over there and just making new memories, no?
Yes, and hopefully they can teach us some of the Spanish and French
And Italian and German.
Greek. So, hola, bonjour,
Let's practice.
have a nice dimanche, Sunday in French.
There you go. All right. As always, we'd like to shout out our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Christian Family Organization, Overseer, Brother Angelo Manalo, and everyone who's joined in. You know, with everyone watching, it wouldn't be the show without you guys over there. So as always, keep on watching and listening to INCRadio via the live audio and video streaming at iglesianicristo.net/INCRadio. And if you haven't already done so, download the application so it's straight on your phones already. For those on the YouTube channel who have joined in, thank you so much. If you'd like to rewatch any of the shows, you can do so by typing in INCRadio United Kingdom and click on any of the previous dates of all the different shows, or click live now, just like now. And then don't forget to watch INC news and updates on the various different social media platforms from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and that's it, no? Yeah, you'll be able to see not just the various different activities that are happening here in Great Britain South, but all over the world. So also, what time is CFO News every day?
10 a.m.
9.
10 a.m.
One job.
10 a.m. because we moved forward. Our clocks moved forward 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
Okay,
4 weeks ago.
there you go.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Right, that's it. Every day 10 a.m. You can watch that on the YouTube channel, and then as always you'll be able to see just the expansion of church on a global scale and what's been happening. So we got Barcelona to look forward to, but there's so many different international events. Just tune in and you'll be able to see. So as always, I'm Chris Boado, and this is my wife, Cheryl Boado, Elat, as was what was mentioned. Joe Boy, Jose SoCal. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Jose. He joined us, so thank you so much, brother. And from everyone here at United Kingdom headquarters, thank you so much. Look after yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
A little blue is willing to give its life to safeguard our election. He is the guardian of our faith, placed by God in these lost days. Even though we may be miles and miles apart, we truly feel His love and care within our hearts. One faith, one voice, we thank our Almighty God for placing a church